Here's something that's very interesting. The sunscreens you have today probably haven't changed that much since the 1990s. That's right, the US has not approved a single new UV filter in over 25 years. Meanwhile, many other countries have moved ahead with lighter weight, more advanced UV filters across the board. But before you toss your bottle, let's unpack why that is, how sunscreens actually work, and what you should know about the ingredients protecting your skin every single day. Sunscreens might seem simple, but they're actually built on two very different types of science. Mineral sunscreens with zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, they sit on top of your skin and reflect the UV rays like tiny invisible mirrors. Chemical filters, which have less of that white cast, such as avobenzene or octocrylene, that actually absorb the UVA rays and release them into the skin as heat. Both protect the skin, but take two separate scientific routes. You'll notice the difference immediately. Mineral sunscreens have that white cast. They tend to sit thicker on your skin. And chemical sunscreens feel almost weightless, less visible, and often are used underneath makeup. Neither is directly better. It really just depends on your preferences and how you wear daily, but there is some concerns around some of the filters used in chemical sunscreens. And here's where it gets interesting. The FDA has to approve the chemicals in sunscreens in the United States, and they have not adjusted the guidelines since 1999. We were burning CDs and using flip phones back then. Meanwhile, Japan, Korea, the EU have been rolling out new UV filters that are newer, more photostable, and longer lasting, so they won't break down as easily in light. US sunscreens aren't necessarily bad, but they are running on an older chemistry. So why is the US behind? Well, the short answer is US sunscreens are regulated like a drug versus a cosmetic. That means the new UV filters have to go through the same approval process as a new prescription drug. Other countries treat sunscreen filters as cosmetics. We don't. It just means that our process is a lot slower. So while we're using the same filters from the 90s, other parts of the world are actually on new chemistry. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The newer chemicals that are used internationally, names like Tensor S, Tensor T, Univa A, these have not approved in the US yet. These filters are more photostable and they have a broader spectrum protection. European and Asian regulators have approved them after extensive safety reviews showing low skin absorption and extensive UV blocking. But it's important to know that we haven't seen these chemical filters in long-term clinical trials, so we don't know exactly how safe they are. It seems like they are, but it's not something we've studied long-term. For now, the US is sticking with the older style of sunscreens, and if you want study stability and proven safety, using a mineral option in the US is probably the most proven. Then there's the ingredients debate. Chemical filters like oxybenzone and octocrylene have been banned in certain places like Hawaii for being hormone disrupting and also damaging of the reef. Most brands today have banned these. That's why you see paraben free. You'll also see reef-safe on the labels. And just a reminder, all the mineral sunscreens are technically safe in this category, not using those chemical filters. So here's your cheat sheet for picking the best sunscreens. SPF 30 or higher, broad spectrum that covers UVA and UVB, zinc or titanium for mineral protection, oxybenzone and paraben free if you have sensitive skin. Most importantly, it's about the texture and what you'll wear every day, because sunscreen is not typically trendy and most people try to avoid it wearing it every day. Sunscreens haven't changed that much on paper since the 90s, but they're still a solid go-to and provide valuable protection for daily use. If you want to go deeper and learn more about sunscreens, I actually ranked the best mineral sunscreens of the year, and you can check out that video here. We'll put that link in this video. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, hit that subscribe button, like, and then comment below, and we will see you on the next one.